This episode is brought to you by Hasa. Liquid is clearly better. Liquid chlorine is the highest purity, works immediately, has no added cyanuric acid or calcium, and it will leave your pool safe, clean, and clear. And by the Bottom Feeder professional grade battery powered vacuum system. It sucks to clean pools, so cleaning pools sucks less. Get $100 off with code DVB100.
This episode is brought to you by Skimmer, the #1 pool service software in North America. With Skimmer, you can streamline your schedule, grow your revenue, and keep your customers coming back with 5-star service. Whether you're a one-person operation or an established team, Skimmer is your partner in success. Visit getskimmer.com/poolguy to try Skimmer for free for 30 days.
The Pool Guy Podcast Show. The Pool Guy Podcast Show. The Pool Guy Podcast Show.
Hi, welcome to the Pool Guy Podcast Show. In this episode, I'm going to go over some of the testing methods to get the test factors at your stops. And of course, everyone has an opinion of which is the best way to test the pool water. And I'll cover all the different testers out there on the market. Are you a pool service pro looking to take your business to the next level? Join the Pool Guy Coaching Program. Get expert advice, business tips, exclusive content, and get direct support. For me, I'm a 35-year veteran in the industry. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, I've got the tools to help you succeed. Learn more at swimmingpoollearning.com. There are really only 4 testing methods that are readily used out there. The first one is test strips. The second method, and one of the more popular one, is reagent testing. And then the third method is a combination of reagents and maybe tablets or pills with a photometer. And then the fourth method is digital testing or digital water testing. Which method is best really depends on personal preference. A lot of people like to use the reagent tester, like the Taylor kits. The Taylor test kits are probably the best known in the industry, the K2005, K2006. A lot of this has to do with the fact that they're really easy to use, they're fast, and the reagents are affordable. So if you're looking at strictly a monetary standpoint, you want a method that effectively tests the pool water, but also is affordable. The reagent test kit is the way to go. There are a couple drawbacks with the reagent test kit, and the first and major drawback is that it's really up to the user to determine the actual color that they're seeing in the vials where you put the reagents. Usually you hold them up at eye level on a sunny day or in the shade, and you can get an idea of, basically what the free chlorine level is, what the pH level is. But again, it's not something that is going to give you a spot-on accurate reading. Now, if you're going for the most accurate test kit, that would be the photometer. And these now use a combination of reagents and tablets. And basically the reason why they are moving towards tablets more than just strictly reagents is because the reagents have a very short shelf lifespan. And a lot of times, if you don't use them up, they go bad. Especially the LaMotte reagents seem to go bad a lot faster. They're more specifically designed for the photometer. So I think they have a shorter shelf life than, say, the Taylor reagent. You can buy, really large refill bottles of the Taylor reagent and you're perfectly fine. But as far as the photometer reagents, they do have a shorter shelf life because I think they're more fine-tuned to the photometer. Basically, the photometer uses electronics and light rays to read the color of the reagent and give you the digital reading of that. If you've ever used a photometer like the Pool Lab 2.0, left the lid off while it was zeroing out, you'll see all the different colors going through the chamber, and basically it's calibrating to the water sample that's in there. Once you have that calibrated, usually 0 is what the Pool Lab 2.0 does. You can start putting the reagent tablet in there, crush it up, and then the color will change in the little tube that it's in. Cover it up, hit start, and then the photometer will use light to read the color and give you a really accurate, pretty much spot on pH reading. Let's say if you're going for pH, it'll tell you that a pH is 7.45. And this is the most accurate tester, but it's the most time consuming, except for one of the photometers I'll cover in a minute. So the photometer testing, yes, very accurate, but much more time consuming than the Taylor reagent test kit. The other benefit of the photometer is that you can usually send digital logs to yourself or a customer. This is great for commercial accounts where you want to log the readings, or a customer at a startup. If there's a new plaster pool and you're starting it up and you want to keep a log of the chemistry, the photometer is the way to go. It also has more range than the reagent test kit. It'll read pH lower in most cases, and it may not read chlorine higher than the reagent test kit, but the range is a lot higher in other readings. It's really useful for other things like copper and iron. If you have a test kit, a photometer that does that, like the ColorQ 2X Pro 9, you can do copper and iron readings as well, which is really handy and helpful in a lot of situations when you're trying to discover if the pool has any kind of metal ions in the water. If you want to save time with a photometer, you have to spend a lot of money in order to do that, because the only photometer that I know that can read 10 test factors in 1 minute is the LaMotte Spin Touch, and this is pretty much all there is out there that's going to use the technology of a photometer. But really, the speed of, I guess, not even a reagent test kit, maybe like a test strip, because it is really fast. You fill up the chamber, the disc with water, put it in to the Spin Touch, it spins the disc, and then it gives you the readings in about a minute of over 10 test factors roughly. And these test factors can be phosphates, or it could be the salinity, it could be copper and iron, it could be borates, it could be free chlorine, total chlorine, pH, alkalinity. And it's really fast, but it's a $1,000 test kit. I call it the Ferrari of test kits because it's really useful, but it's really expensive. And just like an expensive luxury car, it costs a lot to maintain it, in the fact that the discs are expensive. The unit itself doesn't need any maintenance, but the discs that it uses do cost a lot more than, say, a reagent refill, and the discs are not reusable. So it is something that comes in handy for commercial accounts and startups. New bids, of course, you go out to get a bid on a pool. You have the Spin Touch in its case. It looks really professional, and you can give the customer their readings right there in 1 minute. So it is accurate, it's fast, and it may be worth the money depending on when you're going to use it. I wouldn't use it for everyday testing of 80 pools a week on your pool route. That would get really expensive. And to be honest with you, all those test factors aren't necessary week in and week out when you are doing pool service. You don't really need to test the cyanuric acid or the salinity every week, or for phosphates unless you have a problem, or copper and iron. So it really becomes not really useful in that respect. Although they do have 3-disc series where it does the free chlorine, pH, and alkalinity. So they have different discs available for 3 test factors as well. And it's something that you may want to consider for your pool route, but also understand that it's not something you're going to use at every single stop. It's something that's going to be useful maybe for once a month readings on your pool route, commercial pools every time you visit, of course, because that's really important, startups, or bidding new customers. And the Pool Guy Podcast Show has teamed up with UPA to bring you affordable, reliable liability insurance starting at just $64 a month. Get up to $2 million in coverage, and the members of my coaching group get an even lower rate. Protect your business and your peace of mind. Sign up with UPA today by clicking the link in the podcast description. I'm going to kind of switch gears and talk about test strips. This is on the other end of the spectrum. I wouldn't say it's the cheapest way to test pool water now, because test strip prices have really dramatically increased over the years. It used to be the cheapest way to test pool water, but the test strips aren't dirt cheap, but they are affordable and they are fast. Now, what do you get with a test strip? You get kind of a guesstimate of the water. They are much more accurate than they used to be when I first started the industry, that's for sure. But again, it's a lot like the reagent test kit where you take the test strip, take the bottle, match up the strip to the back of it, and kind of get an idea of where the pool is as far as the water chemistry, where the alkalinity and pH are based on the color of the strip. I like them because they're fast, and I feel like they're really accurate within a range. I mean, if you use a test strip to get the alkalinity, you don't know if it's 80, 90, 100, or 70. There's really no way to know because it's kind of a guesstimate, but it really doesn't make a huge difference sometimes if the alkalinity is 70 and you think it's at 80, or the alkalinity is at 100 and it's actually at 90. It's not going to break the pool in any way. Same with the pH. Is the pH at 7.6 or 7.5 or 7.8? There's really something to be said with accuracy when you need it. Commercial pools, of course, pools that have a problem. If you're trying to balance the LSI in the pool and the pool's kind of out of alignment, you definitely want to use something like a Taylor test kit or a photometer to get some more accurate readings so you can kind of get the LSI dialed in to where you want it. But if you're doing everyday testing and you're in a rush, like a lot of times when it's windy out or you're doing filter cleanings or it's raining, dipping a test strip in the pool is quick and easy. And to me, it's accurate enough for what they're designed for. They're not designed for week in and week out use, of course, because you would want to get some kind of accurate reading, maybe spot on. So I would say a combination approach is typically the best for your pool route. Taylor, reagent test kit, maybe some test strips ever so often, and then also maybe if you wanted to get a photometer to use once a month on your pool route, or for startups or for commercial pools or for problem pools, I'm all for it. Now with the tablets and some reagents, the photometers are a pretty good investment because you don't have to use up the reagents right away. You don't have to use the tablets right away. They have a shelf life of like 2 or 3 years. Some of them do. And it's a great way to do monthly testing. It's a great way to verify tests. Now with test strips, I like them also when I'm doing a reagent test and the numbers come out kind of weird, showing that the pH is really low in the pool, or it shows alkalinity is really high in the pool. I'll use a test strip to kind of verify that reading to make sure that it's accurate. Or if you're having problems reading the chlorine in the pool, if it's showing 1 part per million and you think there's more in there, test strip's a great way to kind of make an accurate assessment because you'll dip it in there, and if there's no color on the chlorine part of it, you know that it really has no chlorine in the pool. So they come in handy for that purpose. They also have a lot of test factors they can do that a reagent and a photometer can't do. For instance, you can get a phosphate test strip, you can get copper and iron, you can get borates. So the test strips have more ranges or more test factors that you can utilize than, say, the Taylor reagent test kit. And I did do an analysis a while back of what I mentioned at the beginning with the most affordable way to test the pool, and it does fall into the Taylor test kit reagent tester. Is still the lowest cost for your pool routes. If you have employees out there and you're looking for a way to test the pools without spending a lot of money, the Taylor test kit is the way to go because it is the most affordable with the reagent refills. Test strips are a little more expensive, but they're still fairly cheap to use and they're easy to use if you have employees that you want to give test strips to and they could test the pools ever so often with them. That's fine as well. Photometer, there's a learning curve, and there is something to be said with accuracy when you're putting the tablet and crushing it, or when you're adding the reagent drops to the photometer. Because it's such an accurate tester, all the user error happens when you are actually putting the reagent tablet in there. If you don't crush it all the way, you're not going to get an accurate reading. And if you're putting the reagent in there and you put too many drops, you're not going to get an accurate reading as well. So they're really fine machines, basically, that if you want an accurate reading, you have to actually do the testing very, accurately and skillfully. Same with the Spin Touch disc. You have to fill them up to a certain point. There's like a little line on there that you can barely see. And if you fill it too little, it's not going to get an accurate reading. You can overfill it. I think it's better to overfill it than underfill it. But again, these take a little finesse when you're using the photometer testers to get the accuracy that you're looking for. And they are very accurate. I've tested the PoolLab 2.0 across the ColorQ 2X Pro 7 and then the Spin Touch, and I'm getting very similar readings across the board. Now I'll end with the digital testers. Now these are something that you can invest in. They have a pH tester. You can dip it in there. The one that I use the most is the TDS and salinity tester. I like the digital tester for this because you can't really use a test strip or reagent to get the total dissolved solids. And I find that if you get a TDS, salinity, and you also have conductivity, which I really never use that, and temperature, if you get a probe that does that, either LaMotte or Hawk, those are really good brands. You'll find that they're pretty essential on your pool route because you'll be able to get the salinity reading or salt level of the pool pretty accurately with it. Also, you'll get the total dissolved solids in the pool, and this is really handy to have. So out of all the digital testers, I think the TDS salinity tester, salt level tester is the one to get. You should have that on your truck for sure. Now, should you have a pH digital tester, I find that the probes are really sensitive. They dry out. You have to calibrate it a lot. So for me, the pH digital tester is more trouble than it's actually worth in most cases, because you have to realize that if that probe is inaccurate because it has a little bit of calcium buildup or it's not calibrated properly, you're not going to get an accurate digital pH reading out of that probe. Now, there's a lot of smart water monitors out there that do pH and do it pretty well. I've used all of them, the Crystal Water, and also I have the Finwell in my pool right now. I feel like the pH probes are pretty accurate and they're really good in those kind of environments where it's in one pool all the time, not drying out, and calibrated to that pool. I find those to be very accurate. But the ones you take with you and dip into different pools, I find that the maintenance and the longevity of those just aren't worth the investment. So for a digital tester, definitely TDS and salt, and then everything else I would probably not bother with. I would just rely on test strips, the reagent testers, the photometers, and then that one digital meter on your truck would be handy. If you're looking for other podcasts, you can find those by going to my website, swimmingpoollearning.com. On the website, there's a podcast icon. Click on that. There'll be a drop-down menu of over 1,900 podcasts. And if you're interested in the coaching program that I offer, you can learn more at poolguycoaching.com. Thanks for listening to this podcast. Have a great rest of your week, and God bless. This episode is brought to you by HASA, providing products that deliver clean, healthy water for every aspect of everyday life. The bottom feeder battery-powered vacuum system, portable, powerful, and only weighs 12 pounds. And Skimmer. Get Skimmer, America's #1 pool service software. Podcast listeners can try Skimmer for free at getskimmer.com/poolguy.